This segment of the Alice Stewart Show is brought to you by the Countertop Store, Central Arkansas's premier countertop authority. For custom fabrication and installation of granite, tile, laminate, copper, and more. The Countertop Store, 888-510-4773.
And we're back on the Alice Stewart Show, 722. I'm joined in studio with Julie Benafield. She is a lobbyist and consultant, owner of the Benafield Group, and also the former Arkansas Insurance Commissioner. So she is very well read on insurance and healthcare and all things that deal in that field. Julie, great to have you here.
Thank you.
And I think this is a great article, and it's so important. People don't realize that there are things you can do to keep your medical costs under control. And you had sent me this fantastic article, and we'll put it up on our Facebook page. It is steps you can take to keep medical bills from getting out of hand. And it's so important. No expenditure can move you toward financial ruin as quickly as medical bills. And just so many people, Julie, just have tremendous medical expenses and debt and didn't realize there's things they can do to keep that under control.
That's right. And I myself have had medical insurance all my life, but have had a lot of high medical bills just because of different situations. And so people who don't have insurance or don't know how to understand their insurance are really in trouble, or don't have somebody who can help them understand.
Right.
And so there are a few things you can do, and there are a lot of definitions in health insurance that are very confusing as well. Some of those are stay in network, stay out of network. I think a lot of people now understand those. By the way, I think one good thing that is coming out of this Affordable Care Act is people are starting to pay a little bit more attention to what is going on with their own insurance.
Well, and I think before people thought, well, this is it. I have no say. I can't do anything. So I'm kind of at their mercy, whatever they decide to do.
Right.
And that's one of the key points. One of the recommendations is stay in network. Your insurance plan contracts with a wide range of doctors. So
yes.
Make sure you stay in your network. Yeah.
Yes. And of course, then that's also a negative of the Affordable Care Act. But, not everybody's in one of these exchanges. As a matter of fact, it's not a majority of people who are in an exchange. And in my opinion, the only reason to go into the exchange, into what is called Obamacare, is if you think you're going to get a subsidy. Otherwise, other people are in just what we call the regular private insurance area. So if you stay in your network, and your policy will tell you that, they do have a contract with the providers, whether it's the doctors, the hospitals, the clinics, even the labs who take your blood work or do an MRI or a CAT scan, or in network or out of network. And of course, those are going to be less expensive. If you go out of network, then you're going to have some sort of a copay or a deductible to meet, or coinsurance. And there's nothing wrong with asking questions at all to say, how much is this going to cost me? Can I go to a particular doctor? What can I do?
And I think that's important. There's I've worked for the current governor of Florida, Rick Scott, and he opened up clinics across Florida that are basically, you walk in and here's the big board in the back that shows you want a blood test, it costs X amount. You want a flu shot, it costs X amount. And put the cost straight up there out front, and you pay it out of pocket. And these days, I called the other day just to see.
Yeah.
Called one of these places to see how much something would cost, and they say, well, it depends. You should be able to just call and find out how much it costs to get a tooth fixed.
You'd think you'd have lawyers working there, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Say it depends?
Yeah.
I can say that because I'm a lawyer. Don't call or write in, lawyers. You're right. And I think that's called transparency. And there's a move on for that. And there are a lot of insurance companies who will have some of those costs on their website that will say, here's what we will pay, here's what it will cost. And so you need to make sure you look at that. And you do need to ask about cost. Is it going to be part of the deductible? Is it, what's going to be involved? Because I had to go have this is personal again, but I had to go have a procedure in a hospital a couple of months ago. And, I didn't even realize it was a different hospital than I'd ever been in. I'd been in all the other ones, so I tried this new hospital, which was great. Mm-hmm. Loved it. if you have to go to the hospital. But I didn't realize you had an emergency room visit, then you had some sort of a clinic visit in the hospital. Of course, you then have the hospital cost, you have hospitalist costs, you have the doctor's cost, the specialist cost. There are all kinds of costs involved with, bills coming from everywhere, and you need to understand those or know that those are going to happen. And of course, if it's an emergency situation, which mine was, you really don't have time or think about, I'm in this terrible pain.
Right. I need to shop around, get a second opinion.
Right.
Maybe see if I've got a coupon.
Exactly. Yeah. Get that Groupon, 2 for 1 or whatever. Come on in with me. But, so it helps actually to look at your policy and try to understand it before you get in that situation.
Right. And you can sometimes anticipate if for me, once a year, I get that cold and have to go to the doctor, and it'd be helpful to kind of anticipate what it's going to cost. So anyway, we're talking with Julie Benafield. She is with the owner of the Benafield Group. She is a former Arkansas insurance commissioner, and she is well versed on healthcare and insurance and how to keep costs under control. And we're talking about taking steps to keep medical bills from getting out of hand. Believe it or not, you are not completely out of the driver's seat when it comes to your financial bills and what you pay and how you go about receiving health care. And we're going down a list of things that you can do. And Julie has mentioned stay in network. She had mentioned about asking about costs. And there's more on this list. We're going to take a break and we'll come back, and Julie will give us a few more great tips on keeping your health care bills under control with Julie Benafield coming back right after this on the Alice Stewart Show. This segment of the program brought to you by the Countertop Store, 9817 Maumelle Boulevard. Give them a call, 888-510-4773. Let one of their design consultants help you make your dreams come true.